Hey everyone, it's Wilco the Kreij here live from Sydney in Australia. I'm here for a week. I'm visiting, so my apologies for the noise in the background. I'm here right next to the beach, and I just wanted to share a quick story with all of you because I experienced something this week that I believe is going to have a major impact on my business over the next couple of years. And it actually all started about 10 years ago. So 10 years ago, I went on an internship here in Sydney. I went here for 6 months. So I was this young 21-year-old guy. I had never been far abroad or anything like that. And I moved to literally other side of the world to Australia, right here in Bondi Beach, for those who are familiar with Sydney. And I just had the best time of my life here, finally being on my own sort of thing. But while I was there, like I said, I was doing an internship, and specifically at two guys who back then, I didn't know, but turned out they're extremely entrepreneurial. And for privacy reasons, I don't want to mention them by name right now, but over the last 10 years, I've always been looking up to them and always been wanting to go back. I actually went back 3 years after, so 7 years ago, to visit them as well. But I've always looked up to them, and they've always been sort of my idol as as an entrepreneur. I mean, I'm sure maybe you haven't, and someone you look up to as well, being an entrepreneur, because that's sometimes you don't have the motivation from inside, and you just need that, to look at someone else. It's I'm following what they do, sort of thing, right? And that's what they were for me, right? Obviously, we lost touch over time. I still checked what kind of things they were doing. But it was funny, during that internship 10 years ago, they actually started something on the side, a real small affiliate site, like some of you may be familiar with. Just like a site, compared a couple of things, and just you can click through and you go to an affiliate link, and that's it. So, how far do you think you can sort of scale up an affiliate site, right? There's only so much you can do. Especially here in Australia. It's not that big of a country. It's a big country, but there's only 23-ish kind of million kind of people, something like that. So not as big as, for example, the US or anything like that. So I saw that they were doing, they were growing that site and all of that, but I didn't ever really saw what they really did with it, right? So this week I went to visit them. One of the reasons why I wanted to go to Sydney for sure. So we had lunch, but obviously, first of all, I wanted to see their office, and it blew my mind. It literally blew my mind, because that little tiny affiliate site that they have turned into a huge business. Right now, they got over 200 people working for them, over 200 for that affiliate site. It's crazy, right? And they got offices in Sydney, in New York, and in London. And to me, it showed one really important lesson. They started this thing 10 years ago, and they didn't switch course. They didn't move to the next opportunity. They just improved. And I actually asked them, what's the secret? And they just, they gave the exact answer I was hoping for. We just made sure, every single day we improve. Every single day, as what I usually say is, every day, try to improve 1%, right? Because that adds up. And they've been doing it for 10 years. And seeing what was possible in 10 years' time has just been super, super motivational for me, especially because I saw that being built up from the ground up. And in the grand scheme of things, having 200 people on your team may or may not be a big thing, I don't know. But for me, it was super impressive. And just to see that, focusing on the same thing for 10 years can have a major impact. So that's the lesson I want to share with all of you. If you're working on something, it doesn't matter how big or small, just keep building it, keep focusing on it. I've experienced that myself. For quite a few years, I've been jumping from one project to another. Yes, that's true. And over the last 3 or 4 years, I've been focusing on just the viral and just Connect.io, these two. And that's been going extremely well, just because every single day you can improve a little bit further and it all adds up. So the point of this video is to not change course too much. Don't jump to the next opportunity. Stick with it, and just over time, it will start to add up. Over time, it will start to blow up. Hopefully in 10 years, I'll fly back to Sydney, Australia again, or I'll fly them into Amsterdam, and I'll show my office with 200 people. I don't know. Anyway, it's a huge motivation for me, and definitely something that's going to keep me on course for the next couple of years. See you all soon.